momento. Si tú quieres puedo estar adentro. Mami, es que tú me encantas. A ti yo te rezo mi santa. Una diabla como baila. Ninguna en la disco te alcanza. No, 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 es que tú me encantas. A ti yo te rezo mi santa. Una diabla como baila. Ninguna en la disco te alcanza. No, no.
Touch on my body feel like ecstasy. No other person, only you I see. My daily dose of the vitamin C. Now only you I need. Off of the bed every time that it goes down. I feel the love, I don't need no closure. You're feeling down, baby, come let me hold ya. Would you come let me hold ya? Off of the bed every time that it goes down. I feel the love, I don't need no closure. You're feeling down, baby, come let me hold ya. Would you come let me hold ya?
Tú me encantas, a ti yo te rezo mi santa. Una diabla como baila, ninguna en la disco te alcanza. No, 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 es que tú me encantas, a ti yo te rezo mi santa. Una diabla como baila, ninguna en la disco te alcanza. No, no. Castígala, dale lo que pide. Estamos en la zona que nada se prohíbe. Dale duro pa' que nunca se olvide. Castígala, castígala. Me envió una foto por texto, que me espera sin nada puesto. Ok, baby, escucha el concepto. Tú miras con las nalgas para y las manos cruzadas que parezco un arresto. Ese toto me hizo un himno, sí. Mis pensamientos de ti están compuestos cuando repetimos la dosis. Esto es sin dejarnos ver. A ti ninguna te puede frontear, porque nunca la dejas caer. Dime cuándo nos vamos a encontrar. Como viste te quiero romper. Todavía no me voy a acostar. Pa' esperar que me tires al cel. Vamos a tener sexo. En el cuarto cae un diluvio. Otra vez te viene, cada vez más yo te estudio. Y hasta que salga el sol me quedo pa' darte lo tuyo. Los dos bien bellacos, calentamos más con Julio. Castígala, dale lo que pide. Estamos en la zona que nada se prohíbe. Dale duro pa' que nunca se olvide. Castígala, castígala. Ay, la nota explota. Yo no sé qué pasaba, tuve que agarrarme de ti fuerte. A ver hasta dónde llegaba, sorry. Fue la nota por la noche, pero yo no me quitaba, sorry. Si yo nunca me envuelvo, pero tú estás complicada.
Todo está bien, no te tienes que pensar. A ti yo sola no te dejaré. Fue chula la primera vez que la vi. Me enamoré cuando con ella bailé. Desde hace rato se quería pegar. Puse la espalda contra la pared. Y si yo bajo, sabes que le haré. Tú quieres mami. Se le viran los ojos. La miro y se relambe. El pinta labios rojo. Esa cintura suelta. Baby, si yo te cojo, te subo a la altura. Tú dime y te recojo. Ella a manejar me dejó. Siempre se va a sentir cuando un lugar llegue yo. Yo estaba coronando desde que era menor. Por foto se ve bien, pero de frente mejor. Se dio un par de copas de más. Del pino tinto me pidió pausa cuando iba por el quinto. Le di una vuelta por el barrio con la quinco. Ellos cuando me ven de frente quedan trinco. Sola la hace, sola la paga. De otra la que te se apaga. Está llamando mi atención porque quiere que le haga. Tú quieres mami. Se le viran los ojos. La miro y se relambe. El pinta labios rojo. Esa cintura suelta. Baby, si yo te cojo, te subo a la altura. Tú dime y te recojo. Esa falda chiquitita, ay qué bonita te queda. Yo la veía todos los días, ahora es cuando se pueda. Y de la uni yo la saco hasta donde se hospeda. Y las demás que sigan envidiando, por eso no prosperan. Ese culo pone a las demás inseguras. Ella a mí me desconfigura. Mezcla lo sensual, la calle y la finura. Cuando quiere no disimula. Hoy va pa' la calle, se bebe y se fuma. Quiere un tipo que la presuma. Su burri heavy, güey, el jacuzzi con espuma. Chingando, escuchando a Peso Pluma. Esa falda chiquitita, ay qué bonita te queda. Yo la veía todos los días, ahora es cuando se pueda. Yo. Y las demás que sigan envidiando, por eso nunca espera.
Oh, diablo, mami, naciste pa' mí, bebé, te noté que no eres de aquí. Oh, diablo, mami, naciste pa' mí, si esto fuera un draft, tú fueras first pick. Yo no sé si encontrarte, fue cuestión de suerte. Adivina tu acento, y no es mi punto fuerte. Pero sé de donde sea, mami, quiero tenerte en la cama del otro.
Come on, smash the like button. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Before we get started here. Man, I tell you, I don't stream and oh, you guys are like my kids or something, man. I tell you, the messages I got today. I'm like, all right, I gotta go stream. Everyone's freaking the fart out. I'm like, all right, I got like 50 messages, like some people crying to me. I'm like, man, chill. I'm like, all right, I gotta hop on. I gotta let these people know what's good. Yeah, man, you see my DMs right now. I'm like, all right, I'm about to go on a 20-hour flight, so I've been all over the place. I don't like trading when I don't have, like, my schedule right now is all over the place because I'm like on other people's time too. I'm not just on my time right now. There's a lot of things going on. Doing a lot of stuff. I'm doing a lot of stuff when I can. Like right now I have the time to, you know, get a lot of stuff done before I lock in again. With the amount of time I put into this stuff. Just like you guys say, like, that's why it's important to show up as much as you can when we go live. Because we've done over 350 streams this year. We've done over 350 streams this year between Inner Circle and YouTube. So it's important to show up when you can, so you don't miss out on anything. We've done like over 350 streams this year. It's important to just show up when you can. Like a lot of you guys message me like I don't have time to show up all the time. Well, you know, my time is worth a lot. If you know, my hour is not your everyday hour. Fuck, let's check the hour right now. Probably down 100,000 on the hour right now. Maybe the day. What's the hour's probably looking rough. Oh, 38,000. Down $38,000 on the hour. All right. Down 269,000 on the day. All right. All right. My time is different, so respect it too. Just like I give you guys a lot of time. All right. If I'm not streaming, don't be sending me like. If I'm not streaming, you guys don't gotta spam me. There's a reason I'm not streaming. It's because I'm not stationary right now. But I'm like, all right. I'm seeing my DMs go by, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just do a quick stream. I almost sent a signal this morning, but it didn't come. Like when it broke here, I was gonna send a signal, and it wouldn't have hit. But gold's moving because the rate cuts, right? The reason gold's going up is because the rates are gonna get cut. So it's, again, everything's getting priced in. But I mean, why is gold going up? We talked about it last week too. When I streamed, there was one day we talked about some interesting news. No, not interesting, but quite devastating for the world, right? We talked about, maybe it was an Inner Circle session. I forget which session it was. Right? There's a lot going on right now with the whole Israel strikes. There's a lot of stuff going on with Israel. Like, if you guys didn't know, Israel bombed 6 countries. I talked about this on one stream in 72 hours. Qatar, We talked there. There's a link. See, we talked about this 5 days ago. So whatever, I think it was in Inner Circle or maybe YouTube Live. I forget. We talked about this on a stream, right? Israel's attacked 6 countries in 72 hours. We talked about this. It would have been like 5 days ago, cause yeah, when it happened, I brought it up the next day on a stream. I don't know if it was on an Inner Circle stream or YouTube stream. I don't know if it was on one of those. But we talked about this like last week. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world right now. A lot of uncertainty. Rates are getting cut this week, supposedly. That's what, the world is saying. That's why gold is also going up. Like, the rate cuts are expected, so gold's already getting priced into that, more bullish. But yeah, right now in the world, we're living in some historic times, you could say. And I think there's like, this is happening. Like, there's a lot of stuff happening right now. If you just go on like Twitter and type in Israel news and stuff like that, like, you'll see like there's a lot of stuff getting planned. And let me see. Apparently, like, North Korea is saying if Israel doesn't stop the war in Gaza, they will intervene. And what else was it? Apparently, like, what else did I see? They're gonna attack back. I was at, like, Qatar is a NATO-friendly country, ally, like NATO. And if US doesn't like kind of like help out there, it's definitely an interesting situation with Qatar. Like, Israel strike Qatar, and that's a NATO-friendly country. US, has good allies with that side of the world, and like it's a definitely an interesting thing going on right now, and we're witnessing it. Scary, crazy. Gold is bullish on one. Like, there's, I gotta find the headline, but I think gold just broke out of like this sideways pattern too. Like, gold just broke out to the up. Gold just broke out. You could see like last week gold didn't do much. I was even saying on Inner Circle the other day, Saturday, like, gold didn't really do much last week. It was sideways, looking like it could be potentially breaking out or try to break out. You see, we just got this breakout of like this nice little pattern here, sideways pattern. Looks like gold's trying to go to 3,700. Looks like we're trying to go to 3,700. I don't know, like, this is where you gotta like be able to, this is why I like I took a trade today, and I've been on the charts probably like 20, I haven't looked at the charts. I took a trade on my phone in my bed because I was just recognizing the momentum. I'm looking at gold, I'm like, okay, it's going up, I'm gonna buy. Like, it wasn't no strat, like, I literally just got in because I was looking at it like right here, like I was watching it here, and I was like, it looks like it's gonna go up, so I just bought. Like, I'm not like, not a strategy, not a fucking concept. Like, if you spend time on the charts, you should be able to read price at times and be like, yo, this is bullish, I gotta buy, or like, yo, this is gonna go up, or yo, this is gonna go down. Like, so you guys gotta spend time on the charts. I literally took a trade today, and people are like, yo, why didn't you send the trade? Yo, what's wrong with you, bro? Why didn't you send? Like, I got like a bunch of messages from people like, why didn't you send the trade? I'm like, bro, I just took a trade in my sleep. Like, I was in bed looking at it like, looks like it's gonna go up. I bought. Buy. Easy. Like, nothing crazy, no strategy around it. I was just looking at price and how the momentum was. I'm like, it looks bullish. It looks like it's gonna go up. So I just bought and got in with the momentum. Even right now, like you guys are gonna ask me, is gold gonna go up? Yeah, it could just go up. It could just go up. You got to be able to recognize, like, it could just keep continuing. So plan around that. But you also got to recognize, okay, if that doesn't happen, it'll probably retrace and then go for another move up. Like, you got to be able to recognize where you are at times too on the chart. Like, gold is in a spot right now where it could just keep going up. So what's your strategy? go with the momentum. Go with the flow. Try to recognize the momentum. Try to go with the flow. Don't be scared. Because if you don't, like not everything's going to be perfect in the market. You have to be able to read, like, yo, there's momentum right now. There's volume. This is bullish. Either you're going to go with that momentum or you're just going to sit on your hands. Now, sitting on your hands, you might miss the momentum going with it, right? There's times where the market's just moving with momentum. Maybe you're able to recognize that. Maybe you're not. So there's times where you just have to be extra patient too and be able to spot, like 36.50. I was going to send a signal for a buy at 36.50 when it broke here. But I was like, it's probably not going to... Like, I was getting ready to send a buy for 36.50, 36.45 when it broke here, but the signal wouldn't even hit. So I was going to send a signal for a buy here for a 36.50, 36.45 area, but it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have hit. But there's, like, you could see there was a breakout of 36.50. Breakout. Almost retested 36.50. But, like, from my experience, like, this morning I took a buy on gold because I was like, oh, there's bullish momentum. I was able to recognize that because I've traded gold so many times, too. Like, I've traded gold a lot. And I've been in situations where there's momentum like this. And it's just like you recognize it and you go with it. If you don't go with it, you miss the trade. And that's, you know, you're not going to be in every move in the market, guys. Like, just know that. You're not going to be a part of every move. So, I mean, like, trading is about taking on risk and recognizing where price is, what price could do next, right? What could price do from here? It could just go up to 3,700. It could just keep pushing up, right? So that's one thing to recognize. Price could just keep pushing up, right? So you got to plan around that. You got to, you know, put your risk coordinate around that. But you also got to recognize the same thing, that price could come down and have a retracement, right? So it's recognizing, okay, if price doesn't do one thing, if A doesn't happen, B will happen. If A happens, then A happens. It's like either this is going to happen or this is going to happen, right? You got to kind of plan around different scenarios based on where price is in the market. Price is high right now. Do you want to be buying here? Probably not. Doesn't mean price can't keep going up, right? So it's being able to recognize where the momentum is, where the price is, where the demand for the market is too, right? So gold could just fly to 3,700. It could just do that, right? Knowing gold, it could just rip up to 3,700. But it could also do a retracement. So you have to be able to look at sometimes different scenarios, because if you take a buy here, anywhere here, and price goes down, how are you going to feel? You're probably going to be like, damn, I'm wrong. And you're probably not going to be willing to take another trade. Or you might not have the appropriate, like, the point I'm getting to is you have to define your risk for you too. Like my risk, like how I risk is not how I would try to risk for everyone. Like you have to define, like, what is my risk? How am I going to get in the market? Because you could be a buyer here, right? Price could go up. It could just continue to the upside. But at the same time, you have to realize the other side of things. What if price goes down and I take a loss? Does that mean it's a bearish trend? No. Doesn't mean there's a bearish trend. It just means plan A didn't work. So either you're a plan A type of person, plan B, you might have two scenarios, or you just try to stick with one thing. I mean, you got to be like, that's like at different times, it's like trading's not the easiest thing in the world. I'm not, you know, I don't sugarcoat that. But the more times you spend on the chart, the easier it will be to recognize certain situations, different scenarios and different situations. Okay, this could happen and this could happen. Two different things could happen. It doesn't mean it's bearish. Because like you might, if you take a buy here and you lose, it goes down, you're probably going to think it's a bearish trend and be like, oh my God, I got to look for sells now. Or, oh my gosh, I'm wrong. It might hurt you, right? So the thing about, like, even where gold was down here, it's like it could have just started the week bullish. Like, pretty much started open bearish, continued up. Like, Almost came to 36.25. So, I mean, depending on what price is, like, price is at a higher high right now. Most people would maybe be looking for sells here. You're like, okay, gold could probably pull back. Maybe continue. Right? Or how I'm looking at it is like it's probably going to just continue up. If that doesn't happen, then there's probably another setup to look for. Gold's at all-time highs. Like, is there a trade? There, like, listen, I just said. Someone asking, is there a trade on gold? Understand where gold is and where it is in price. We're high up. We have bullish momentum. We have a lot of demand on gold. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world. Rate cuts are coming this week. Gold could keep going up. It has that momentum to keep going and not maybe not give you those pullbacks you're looking for. Maybe you want a big pullback. It might not give you that. So you have to be able to recognize, like, okay, I'm either going to go with the momentum, try that, and see if that works. And that's taking risk, right? That is putting on risk. That's how I've gotten to where I am with trading, is accepting what's in front of me and acting on it and not overthinking too much and trying to be so perfect, because I understand gold and it could just rip up. It could just continue. It could just keep going, and next thing you know, tomorrow it's at 3,700 or tonight. It might not give you that pullback that you're looking for, is the point I'm getting to. Maybe you want that bigger pullback right now, right? It just did a mini one at 36.75, and you can see it's already kind of reacting off that. It could pull down deeper, but it might not give you that, right? How do I know this? It's just from time spent on the charts. Like, how do I know this stuff? It's just from spending time on the charts. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of time on the charts. So sometimes you got to analyze one thing or two things. The momentum's there. Could possibly continue. Right? There's no like taking, like, this is the thing about swing trade. People have been asking me a lot about swing trades on gold. Any trade you take could be a swing trade, right? Realistically, like, there's a trend right now. Go back on your MT5 history. Go back on your trading platform history. And go look at the trades you've taken over the last 3 to 4 months. Any of those trades could have been a swing trade. Go look at... There's not going to be a single trade that you could take on gold and put a TP to $4,000, and there's not that. Like that could be any trade, really. Like, there's trades that I've held swings. Like, I've been in some good swings on gold because I don't look at them if I think gold's bullish. I've had some good swings on gold that I held for the month of August up till like here and here. Like, I closed literally here. I had swings like from down here. They weren't even perfect entries, some of them. And some of them are just regular signals that I sent out and just held and didn't close. Because I just, that was my plan. Like, I made a plan and I said, I'm going to do this. And it worked. So sometimes you got to plan around things too. Like, some of the signals I've sent, some of those I've just held myself. It was just my plan to do so. That, like, my planning, like something Evan wanted to do for himself, right? Something that I don't always tell you guys everything I do, because it's just like, then it's just too emotional. If I make a decision, I want no emotion involved, right? I give you guys so much clues, so much keys, and so much information. You guys just got to pay attention. Because you could go back on trades you've taken yourself. You don't need me to catch swings on gold. Go to your MT5 history, right? Go to your history and look at trades you have taken. Not trades from me. Go look at trades you have taken yourself on your own. Nothing to do with me. You could still be in a lot of those trades, right? So that comes down to patience. Like it's not, swing trading is not going to be so easy. Like I bet some of you guys have trades down here, back here that you took that you could still be holding, right? Some of you guys probably have trades back here, from back here, that you could still be holding, or back here that you could still be holding, right? Go on your trading history. Go on your trading history and evaluate your trades, right? And you'll probably recognize, damn, there's probably a lot of trades you could be in, right? Because, like, I'm not going to time the market 100% of the time. Like, yeah, if we hold this trade, it's going to go here, here, here. Like, there's pullbacks, there's drawdowns, there's simultaneous movements in the market, right, guys? It's not going to be a straight shot to... I've held trades for... I've held trades for quite a bit to get to where... I've closed early on most of them. That's the thing. Like, I had a trade from 34.09 to 35.45. I had a trade from 34.09. Or it's in the... Look at... Like, look at... These are all closed early. All of these are closed super early. Look at where price is now. Like, these are different trades that I entered at different times. This was a signal I sent. Some of these are signals too. Like, I've taken L's. I lost $8,000 that day. These are trades. These are trades I've sent. These are trades I've sent. All of these are trades I've sent. Maybe what one? Like, I remember 34.10, 34.09. I remember that. All of these I could still be in. Look at the entries. Look at the entries on these trades. You don't think I'm sitting here like, damn, like, so a lot of you guys are looking for the swing trade on gold, but we've had it already. That's the thing. Like, even I'm talking for myself too. Like, so a lot of you guys are messaging me like, how do we swing gold? It's like we could have been or should have been realistically by now, right? Because I bet a lot of you guys had entries in the 3300s, 3400s, just like myself. That's where I was calling out a lot of trades. So it's like, realistically, like, you got to kind of make a plan. Like, okay, if you take a trade and it's in profit, it's either break even or not, right? Like, am I willing to hold this? Do I have the patience to hold it? Do I have the emotions to hold it? Because you might be too emotional to hold a trade that long. It's not really that easy to hold a swing that long, as you can see. But if you can, I mean, it could pay out. Like, it paid out. Look at these trades. These are small ass lot sizes. Now, that was since August 18th. I mean, like, it's not going to be trying to swing trade. Like, it's hard. It's like, to call out that entry to be like, okay, guys, we're going to look for a retracement here. And we're gonna buy here. We're gonna put our stop loss wherever, and like, to be like, okay, that's our trade to 3,800. You know, like, in a perfect world, that could work, but you might need more than one attempt to work that, to hold that move. Like, you might need more than one attempt at that trade or that direction or that target, right? But you also need holding time. You'll need a lot of holding time. So a lot of people are asking me, like, how do we swing gold? And I'm like, you got to have the mindset. You got to have the planning and the risk already associated in your mind. You got to have the mindset of, I'm holding this for 20 days. I'm holding this for 30 days. You got to have that mindset already pre-planned of, you know, what you're doing with the trade, not just taking a trade like, oh, I got to Like, not just entering a trade and putting your TP at $4,000. Like, maybe making a separate account. That's one thing I said. Like, make a swing account. Like, make a separate trading account that you dedicate maybe to more of a swing trade. You could do that. You could make a separate account that you dedicate to more. It's like a swing trade account. Like, you're placing a specific trade that has a specific target, right? Go look at all the trades you guys have taken in the last month, 2 months and stuff. You've probably had trades that you can swing trade up to this point, right? Most people probably do. So it's not like there's a... It's not like there's in this market condition, it's not like there's a, you know, we're waiting for that one trade that we can hit and it goes 1,000 pips. Like, it could be any trade that you're holding. Like, someone could be a buyer down here and still be holding. Someone could be, I bought literally here. I have trades at 36.49. I could put those to break even. Maybe they never come back to my entry. Right? It could realistically be any trade, guys. So if you're trying to, like I've said, if you're trying to swing trade, I even said this like a week or two ago. Like, I think I even said before gold got up here when it started breaking out last week. I think we had a discussion like this and stuff. It's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be like the easiest move to catch. Separate account, separate mindsets. Day trading, swing trading don't mix well because the psychology and risk management are completely different. Maybe having a like I said, dedicated swing accounts with a set balance, like $500, $1,000, $10,000, depending on your stage, right? Me, I've done that. I've put $5,000, $10,000 in an account and been like, this account is for this specifically. Like, I'm trying to target this price with the trades I'm taking on this account. Maybe you're taking one trade a week, one position a week, trying to catch that target. It's, again, even like, look at even trades I've called out, like this one, right here. That could have been a swing, right? Perhaps. Like, a lot of these didn't even come back to entry. I bet, like, for you guys, I bet you guys have trades on your own that haven't come back to your entries. So, I mean, it's the FOMO. Like, if that's why I say have a dedicated swing account so you don't get FOMO. You probably get FOMO when you see the blue profits, when you see those green profits, and you're like, oh, I got to take my profit because what if the market pulls back, right? So maybe trying to eliminate that FOMO. Maybe having a separate swing account can help eliminate the FOMO that you get. Fear of missing out comes from when you're in a trade and it's in profit. If you're constantly looking at your trade, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you're going to get way more FOMO. If you're constantly looking at, if you're trying to swing trade something and you're constantly looking at it, you're going to increase your fear of missing out. Because what happens when your trade's up $500 and then you look at it and it's up $100? You're going to have FOMO because you're like, oh my God, I should have took the 500, right? So you have to make decisions that take the emotion away from your trading. I'm not an emotional person. I don't have much emotions. Like, I'm not emotional. Okay? So for me, I don't have feelings to these markets. I don't feel anything. I'm down almost 300,000 on the day right now, and I don't care. Like, it's fun. It's cool, right? So, like, you got to make decisions that are like eliminate the emotion. If you're trying to swing trade something, you're constantly looking. You're gonna increase your FOMO, right? Every trade brings like a set of emotions to you. Every trade brings out energy as well. So yeah, with these market conditions, it's like with the way gold's moving, it's like there's momentum there. There's trades that I've literally just clicked buy going with the momentum because I'm like, yo, price looks bullish. I'm going to buy right now. Literally looks like it's breaking out bullish. Or it looks like there's bullish momentum. And that, like in this market condition, it's worked for me several times with the way the market's been moving. Fear of missing out doesn't necessarily just come from actual fear of missing out on a trade and a movement. It comes even when you're in positions. When your trades go in profit, you're up $1,000 and then the market pulls back and next thing you know, you're down less. That is a big type of FOMO as well in trading that a lot of traders get. I've gotten it where I'm like, oh man, you close the trades early. So that's why I'm saying a swing account, like having maybe a swing account, something you're dedicated more to like trying to target something specifically. Like you have a target in mind and your plan is I'm holding that trade maybe until it hits my target. Because I'll tell you, again, I'm going to say this again, gold could just, again, like it might not give you the pullback. It could just keep going up. It could just keep pushing up, maybe go to 3,700, or we get a bigger pullback. It could, hold that level, maybe consolidate. Right now, price isn't showing a lot of later on it might be easier to read on what it could do, but for now, we obviously can recognize price. I even said on Saturday, if you're on Inner Circle session, if you're on my Inner Circle session Saturday, I even said already, if it breaks out, I even said we could just wait for gold to break out up and look for a pullback on it. I did say that on Inner Circle session Saturday. But yeah, like that's pretty much where gold's at. Like there's not much more to go over. Like it's either gonna just keep pushing up, going up with the momentum, or give you that pullback you guys are probably looking for. Right? I was literally just on my phone eating and I'm looking at the chart. I'm like, I'm already waiting for a pullback for continuations, possibly. Or you're just going to get continuation here with the momentum that there is. Look, like the quarters, I teach this all the time, like 75. There was almost like a break and retest of 50. You have that 36.75 level there. Nice little retest there. Sells. Anyone who's been following consistently knows. Sells this year have been. No, I'm not looking for sells on gold. It could drop, but again, I'm going to say how I always do. Same thing you guys have heard me say. Yeah, it could drop, but I'm not interested in the sells. I've only been looking for buys on gold this year. 90% of my trades have been buys. I've only been sending buys in terms of signals. That's been the way it's been going for me. Like I've only been looking for buys on gold. And I've said this multiple sessions where not interested in, it's in a place where, it's in a place where sales could happen, but I don't care for that. I'd rather just try to go with what's there, the trend or the bullish momentum, try to go with the flow, right? But yeah, like pretty simple. Gold is obviously bullish. We recognized that like a week, 2 weeks ago when it started breaking out. But there's so much I've gone over, like back over here. If you go back since like August 12th, there's so much I went over on gold about how it could even go up. If you go back on streams, when we were down here, guys, like all in here. Once we made this up move, once we went up, we were looking at gold a lot. Go back to the streams. Once we broke this high, and this high, we were bullish. We've been bullish since we made that up move. I remember even like I remember saying, like, gold could go up. Gold could go up. Go back to the streams. Go back to the streams over here. The amount of times I said gold could go up. Gold could go up. The amount of times I mentioned this structure shift. Like, down here, I was super bullish on gold. I was only looking for buys. And I was only talking bullish on streams. Now we're here. So, yeah, like, what are you going to do now? You got to recognize, damn, I've missed out on a lot. So, patience, like, everyone has different personalities, too. I'm aggressive. So, I can be aggressive. I'm a risky person. I grew up like that. Like, I grew up as a kid, teenager, young adult, someone who liked being risky, someone who had a tolerance for risk. Not everyone's like that. So I can be more aggressive towards my positions maybe than some of you guys. I might be willing to go with momentum in a different way than maybe most people. And some of you guys are probably like that. If you're a fast thinking person, if you're good at thinking fast, making fast decisions, and you have some aggression to you, then you might be kind of like me, where you're able to go with the flow easier. You're able to go with momentum easier when it's there. That's maybe not something for everyone, because that's also personality type. Not every trader is going to have the same personality type and be the same. So some people might be more aggressive and faster at making decisions on something that's right in front of them in the moment. There might be something in front of you in the moment, and sometimes you got to be fast at making decisions. Not every trader is like that, because not every human is the same, right? Not every human is the same psychology, same emotions. Some people have more anxiety. Some people have more fear. So I say trading will teach you more about yourself. Trading will help you discover more about yourself. Like, it'll a lot of self-discovery about your emotions, the type of person you are. Something here. That, for me, I recognize that with my trading. Like, I recognize, well, damn, I'm aggressive. I tend to be aggressive on the charts. Probably pullbacks. Like, at this point, just wait for pullbacks. Look for continuations, possibly. There's bombs. Like, the world right now, there's bombs going off in the world, wars, people attacking each other. So, I mean, that's been happening all year. It's been happening all year, right? Different wars, different crises, conflicts going on, but it's continuing to always escalate, right? It's continuing to escalate as time keeps going by. You got like this. I posted this yesterday. It's pretty crazy. Look at this. Pretty crazy. I remember saying once, maybe Joe Biden, everyone, not to get political here, but sleepy Joe Biden, remember how that guy operated? But one day I remember saying maybe Joe Biden was like what he was, like, I don't know. And Trump is like the reckoning force. Because everyone says Joe Biden, like, destroyed U.S., this, that, whatever. But now it's like Trump is like a reckoning force here. Doing some damage. It's doing some damage. Read that. I don't know if you guys read that. I posted it in Discord. Read that. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. If you read all these. Soybeans. Look at. See, China has purchased $0 of U.S. soybeans this year, putting farmers across the country on the brink of bankruptcy. Last year, China purchased $13.2 billion worth of U.S. soybeans, 54% of all U.S. soybean exports. China, yeah. Denmark rejected U.S. Patriot missiles, favored French Italian made Swamp Tea weapons system costing the U.S. $9.1 billion. Qatar is pulling a $1.5 trillion investment in the U.S. after Trump collaborated with Israel to bomb Palestine negotiations in Qatar. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff going on right now. We're witnessing is like rate cuts are coming. That's gonna devalue the dollar. If you think rate cuts are gonna be good for the dollar, think opposite. It's interesting. South Korea is pulling billions in investment after the ICE raid on their GA Hyundai plant. I don't know where that is. Rate cuts are coming. I even wrote like how this will affect gold. If something's coming, like why is gold going up? So a lot of you guys are waiting for rate cuts to get the signal, but the signal is already, like, the way gold is moving is because the signal's coming. It's like when you spend, like, gold is going up the way it is right now because the rate cuts are coming. It's not rate cuts are coming, it's not like rate cuts, then gold goes up. No, gold is already pricing in rate cuts coming, right? Gold is already pricing that in right now. At the moment. So it's not like it's not like waiting for a signal, like it's not like waiting for the rate cuts to happen to buy gold. It's, if you notice, like the last 2-3 weeks how gold has moved, right? Like gold has broken up. Well, in the last 2-3 weeks, what's the thing that's been talked about the most that's coming? The rate cuts, right? So it's moving up the way it is because that's coming, right? That's why it's bullish. And you can read this for a second. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna get out of here in a few minutes. I gotta go. I posted this in Discord. You can read it. Rate cuts are going to... Wait, one sec. You can come in. No problem. No problem. So this is like the main effects it has on gold. I posted this in Discord. Weaker US dollar boosts gold. Rate cuts often weaken the US dollar since capital flows out of USD into higher yielding currencies. When rates are high, investors prefer bonds and savings account that generate yield. So like high yield savings accounts, stuff like that. When rates are cut, those yields, the percentage of those yields, what they generate, drop. So gold becomes way more attractive as a safe haven asset and a store of value, like it already is. This makes gold cheaper for people to buy across the world, like Europe and stuff. Yeah, so like right now, rates getting cut. If rates get cut, I just said some things about like the bonds and the yields, high end savings account. Those yields go down, and we might like that process might already be starting, right? Like it's like I mean, Goldman Sachs expects gold to go to $4,000 an ounce this year. We're closer to 4,000 than we are 3,000, right? Like what's closer, 3,000 an ounce or 4,000 an ounce, right? We're way beyond 3,000 now, like broken above that 3,100, those lower 3,000s on gold. So it's like more likely we have like a magnet up here, like it wants to go up. How does it get there? It's not always a clear path, right? It's not always perfect, but my strategy this year has been buy the dumps. Literally buy the dumps. I don't care about selling the pumps. No, it hasn't been like that. More buying the dumps. Buying the dumps. I haven't been selling the pumps. No, man. Usually you say buy the dumps, sell the pumps, right? No, it's been more just like buy the dumps, retracements. There's trades that I've lost that I was right on, but got in early too. And this year, I remember like I forget where it was, but man, I was heavily buying gold one week. I forget exactly where it was. One of these big retracements or something, and I took losses, and then the move ended up happening. I was like, nah. If anything, wait for like look at it like all the retrace. Even like when you go back here, like all even these retracements hold. Like if you look at every retracement on gold here, every retracement, even smaller ones like these ones here, like this. See, even these smaller ones down here. See, all of these movements. All these, even one red candle right there, you can see continues. You can see all of these moves down, all these down moves. They all continue. There's a big one here that drops, continues up, continues up. You can see every drop turns into a buy. Every drop turns into a buy. Even one candle drops, turns into a buy. Drops, turns into a buy. Drops, turns into a buy. Rejection candles on the 4 hour. Like I teach you guys. Look at these drops. You have a drop from here to here. What do you get? Rejection on the 4 hour. You have a drop from here to here. What do you get? Rejection on the 4 hour. You have a drop from here to here. What do you get? Rejection on the 4 hour. 4 hour rejection. One of the main things we talk about on our sessions is looking for that 4 hour rejection. It's much more accurate. So again, like wait for retracements because I'm not going to be on I'm not going to be on till like Wednesday, maybe Wednesday night or Thursday morning. So I'm not going to be streaming because I have to go. I'm about to be on like a 20-hour flight, and then I'm probably gonna be tired after and stuff. Gotta get to my place. So remember what I'm saying right now. Remember everything I'm saying right now because you never know. Like, we'll probably come back and the things I said will maybe happen. So wait for some retracements. Maybe wait for a dump. That's been my main strategy this year. Is literally waiting for those dumps, waiting for good pullbacks. Letting the market show me something I agree with or that makes you feel good or a confirmation strategy. There's so many strategies you can focus on, but I keep it simple. It could be break and retest, change of characters, like just trading support and resistance at the whole numbers. Like 4 hour rejection candles, going with the flow. People ask me like, what's your a simple strategy is waiting for a trend, guys. A simple strategy in trading is not trading, waiting for a trend. So how do you find trades? Well, one, you have to identify a trend. How do you identify a trend? Well, what's an uptrend? Higher highs, higher lows. It's market structure. So if you're not good at recognizing market structure, you have to study your market structure on your chart. Trading's not about trading. It's about identifying things, identifying a trend, identifying momentum, right? So what's the best strategy in trading? One, identifying a trend, going with the flow. First, you have to identify the flow so you can go with the flow. Easiest strategy is identifying waves in a trend and trying to wait for those retracements inside of that trend so you can go with the trend. A lot of times the trend will give you situations where you get like a break and retest or a retracement of an imbalance, right? What's the simplest framework of a strategy? Identify a trend, a market trend, whether it's an uptrend or a downtrend. What has gold been in all year? an uptrend. Gold has been an uptrend since 2025 beginning. So this best strategy in trading, the best strategy, simplest strategy in trading is what I'm showing you guys right now. And then we're going to go to the charts and I'm going to show you. Is literally waiting for a trend to play out so you can go with the flow. So that takes work. It doesn't take trading. It takes work and time. It takes staying on top of the chart, paying attention to the chart, but not actually physically trading. You're doing more time work. You're watching the charts. You're paying attention to the trends. You're waiting for time to develop something, right? You're waiting for time to pass, time to develop something for you that you can recognize, right? Trading, to be a profitable trader, it's not about trading every day or trying to perfect and understand every little movement. You want to try to go with the flow, identify a trend. That's the simplest way to trade gold. Anything potentially, I'd say gold because I don't trade everything. I mainly trade gold and crypto. That would be the simplest way. Identifying market structure, broken highs that create higher highs, right? That give you a BOS, right? Doesn't always, like sometimes you retrace to an imbalance or like halfway. That's what the simplest way, simple and effective way to trade is identifying trends, like things, moments like this where, for instance, this was one of my favorite times this year. Like I'm speaking from experience right now, okay? I'm going to show you examples right now. All right? So pay attention. Cuz a lot of you guys ask me, "Evan, what's your strategy?" There's so many strategies I could teach you guys. But I'm able to identify a lot of different things at different times because of how much I've spent on the chart. You don't need to know everything to be a profitable trader. You just need to stick to one strategy. It could literally be this that I'm going to teach you right now, okay? Identifying trends. August 23rd, gold broke out. This moment, this is one of those moments where a trend starts, where something happens, where time has passed and the chart has built something on it over time, over some weeks. It has built something on it that has created something to identify and say, we have this, this, and this here now in peace. This is not what I'm going over right now is not everyday trading, but it's work. It's staying on top of the charts, right? August 23rd. I dropped analysis in the Discord for you guys that are in my inner circle. Why did I drop that video? Because I looked at the chart and said the market gave me this. I identified something, a trend breakout, a structure shift, right? So enough time passed and enough went on in the market where I could now identify the next movement, right? That didn't take trading every day. That didn't take looking for a signal every day. It took letting the market do what the market did to see something very high probable, right? It didn't take looking for scalps every day, trading every whole number, identifying every movement, predicting what the market's going to do every day. The market did what it did. I see this. This is there now. That is trading. Like, trading is identifying trends, identifying things. That takes time going by because setups and trends, it takes time for a trend to form, right? It's going to take weeks or even months at times. Like, if we're looking at the dates here, like, to get this move up, all it is, like, the important thing in here is just this move up, but a bit what happens before it, right? You have a clear structure shift here, right? Clear. If this isn't clear for you, you need to study more because this is super clear right here. This is one of those moments where I'm like, I know what's happening. Let's move forward. The market has given me context. It's given me data to work around now. I'm not sitting here putting arrows, trying to, where's this going here? Put my TP here. No, this is what's here now. It's clear. It's not always going to be like that. You have to wait until it is like that. That's where you will give yourself the best trade setups throughout the year. The year. Yes, I'm saying year, not day, not week, year, okay? Months in the year. Because a lot of you guys, I get messages every day. Guys, like someone just messaged me today, like, like, bro, if I join your inner circle today, can you take a trade with me right when I join? I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, I don't want you in my inner circle. Like, get out. It's for people that are serious about trading. I'm like, that's not trading. Like, yeah, like, what the heck? Like, it's letting things develop that you can see, like, there's a clear ass trend here, right? Like, I hope you guys can see this, because we're going to continue with this lesson because it moves forward, because the trend starts here. This is where the trend started. The uptrend we're in right now, that is where it started. And look what I do. Watch this lesson. I'm talking about a downtrend that turns into an uptrend. And I'm talking about structure. I'm talking about how we wait for these things to happen so we can identify the next move. We're not sitting here every day like, we're waiting for things to happen so we can identify what's next in the trend, right? Why do you guys think I'm so patient? Because I'm trying to put my real money on real things that I can identify, right? That's why I'm so patient, because I want the chart to give me something that gives me that feeling, that visual of this is here. I have something to work with. The problem with a lot of you guys is you're forecasting and predicting all the time. You're trying to forecast and predict every movement, and you're just not letting the chart give you enough context to be like, yo, this is here. This is what it should do, right? So I'm talking, August 23rd, I'm talking about this, and that ended up happening. Like, this literally ended up happening. And then the next video, gold breaks up. It's literally breaking up. And I'm like, okay, now we're here. Now we're here, and we're looking for this now, because there's like a clear trend in place. That ended up happening, like on point, literally pulled back to the zone exactly. And then look at this. Look at this right here. Look at like this next one here, where now the market's been trending. The market's going up. It's trending. I've identified a trend. There's a trend in place. I've identified that. So what am I waiting for? A retracement. I'm looking for buys. The market's retrace, right? So all of it, like, see, I've identified a trend. I've identified a structure. I've identified a flow with price. I've convicted myself of that, right? See, some of you guys, the problem is a lot of you guys join these academies and you learn 10 different strategies. You take these mentorships, you join these academies, and you learn 10 different things. You learn 20 different things. You use 10 different scanners. That's trading one strategy. All you need is one strategy and you can be profitable. 2 strategies max. You don't need 10 scanners, 10 strategies. You don't need all that. It's about identifying a trend at the end of the day, right? So if you don't know how to look at the chart, and you go to your chart and you're like, you see too many things, it's because you know too many strategies. You have to cut some out and just stick with the ones that really work. Damn, she cleaned that fast. He's probably like, this guy, he's probably like, what does this guy do? You have to wait for things to happen, because it takes a move often to make a move. And in my inner circle, if you go under the master class, there's huge lessons about it takes a move to make a move. So like the simplest way to trade, again, is identifying a trend, identifying a shift. That could take time. Like to get this, let's say like you have a downtrend. Market's been going down, blah, 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 whatever. Meow, meow, meow. E-I-O, meow. To get, maybe that first shift out of structure, out of price, like maybe this movement, it's going to take time. It's going to take this amount of time, which if we're looking at a 4-hour chart could represent weeks, right? To get that shift that tells you, okay, now I just want to pull back so I can continue with the trend. It's going to take that time to go by. That's why, like, trading is not even always about trading. It's about letting things kind of come to you. Let the market come to you, right? Because if you're sitting there trying to forecast and predict every movement in the market on a daily basis, you're going to miss really good setups. You're going to miss the best setups that you want to take, right? So it's not like, just like these videos I just kind of went over that are in my inner circle, it's literally about identifying things like that could be high probability. Someone messaged me saying, Evan, I only want to take high probability trades for my risk. Now, I only take high probability trades so I can risk more, not so I can be less risky. So you might look at it like, oh, it's less risky to take high probability trades. Yes, but I risk more on high probability trades. So I'm trading riskier. I trade riskier on high probability setups. So it takes things like this, literally, like, this is the part most people don't understand in trading, is it's not about looking for everything and anything at any moment. Yeah, the market's going to move when you're sleeping. The market's going to move market's moving right now. Like, if you really want to find good setups and you want a good strategy, focus on identifying trends. Gold is given enough, like, look right here, right here, right here, right here. All this right here. Clear, right? Should be. It's a clear uptrend, right? So in that, like, it's identifying where you are in price. Like, what are we in, right? What are we in? It's identifying that structure or that market momentum, the trend that you're in, right? To try to go with the flow, or, you know, I like to say, trading is about going, like, the best trades are going with the flow. Well, first you have to identify the flow. If you can't identify the flow, come back the next day. Come back like, that's going to be a normal thing. Boom. Boom. Line chart. Boom. Like, break and retest. This is one spot I'm going over on the chart. Gold has done this enough times this year for you. Like, there's plenty of trades to have captured this year that just go with the flow, that go with the trend, right? There's plenty of them that give you retracements that are still, like, in trend, intact with a previous high and such. There's plenty of those same setups, plenty since 2025. Even in this last week, there's been some just here in this sharp grind up, right? We went through a lot of consolidation, but if you go back, like, all through here, there's plenty of those setups that exist where a trend is identifiable based on market structure, right? And it's clear, like, there's a lot. I literally called out a few in here as this was grinding up. This has been sharp. That, if you want to get good at trading, like, it's not about the amount of trades you take, it's the type of trade you take, being able to identify what's going on, a clear trend. You could take 5 trades a year and risk $20,000 on those trades. You could take 5 to 10 trades per year and risk $20,000 per trade. You're probably going to be profitable. You'll have some profitability. Profitability in trading is not about even trying to be profitable every month, every day, every week, because you could have a really good 4 months in trading and make $480,000 in that 4 months, and you're done for the year. You could have a really good 4 months and make $20K in that 4 months, and you're done for the year. That could be $20K you made in 4 months that added on to your life, right? Like, trading's not about trying to be a profitable trader every day, every week, every month. To each their own, but if you can identify trends, like we're in a trend right now. I'm doing, like, look at the markup that I'm showing you right now. It's the same thing I just kind of showed you, right? We just pushed up. We're looking for a pullback to go with the flow, right? You know what I'm saying? right now we're in a trend. So yeah, sells could happen, but we're not worried about every movement. It's like, Evan, is there sells? Not worried about every movement. Why? Because I'm in an uptrend. I've identified the trend. Why do I care about sells? I don't care about the sells. I'm trying to go with the trend, right? So not worried about every movement or predicting and forecasting every movement. It's likely price will come down. I know that. Yeah, I could try to catch a sell, but I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about the trend, right? So you could be imagine the year gives you, imagine like you have your trading year, and in that year the market gives you like 7 trends that are clear, like, you know, like just times in the year. There's going to be your year, but there's going to be different moments in that year where things are just super, like this was clear, right? Maybe we have some other one, like here's another good one. Wait, I want to show here. I'll show you another good one. Like this. Where is it? I want to try to find like a one that's like in a downtrend. There's one that was like in a, like this, something like this, maybe like. Oh, this looks pretty clear. Like imagine you have your trading year, and obviously it takes a lot of time for like the 4-hour and the chart to move, right? Maybe I can find like another one that's like in a trend, similar. Might use that downtrend one. There's a trend. Trying to find, there's a specific one. I think I passed. Yeah, I passed it. Yeah, I passed it. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Like this. High, low, lower high, lower low. Okay, it has some bit of a trend there. Could potentially push down. Like identifying things that look clear. Like you can have your trading year, and that year, in your trading year, the market's going to give you moments where you can spot something with a snap of a finger. That's super clear. You want to get used to those moments and how they feel and remember them. Because that's what trading is for a lot of professional traders. They spend time watching the market, waiting for trends to appear, so then they can take action. But imagine if you're someone who is like trading like that, but you're putting bigger money on those trades, right? That's how a lot of people trade. They might take like 20 trades in a year, but they're looking for trends to go with, right? To identify that maybe a super clear position for them. I don't trade currency pairs. I don't even look at the currency pairs, to be honest. I barely look at currency pairs now. I just like gold. Gold's trends, even gold's clean with structure to me, cleaner, I find. There's moments where, like, if you go back on gold, if we go way back, like I remember trading over here. You go back in like moments like here where price starts breaking out, it's making a clear trend. Like gold has been trending for a minute now, literally. But even just trying to find like the best like setups, like things like this right here, that, like in your year you're gonna get trends like that, of like a few good, like not a few but a good amount of trends like that in your year. That form, they take time to form, because you gotta, like, think about it, you gotta have like maybe a downtrend before that, right? And maybe like a shift up, like see this high, see the low, you shift up right here, but then you get the bigger shift up, so you get break a structure, change a character there, bam, break and retest. So I at a point the chart will print stuff that is really clear, and that continues that continues, right? Bam. You have continuations on the highs. So there's a trend there, like, and then it goes into a bit of a downtrend, but the chart will give you things like this. It will print things like this, but obviously it takes time. I gotta go though, guys. I gotta go. Yeah, G2G. G2G. Got to go. That's the bet. That's one of the simplest, most effective ways to trade, but like obviously it takes patience. There's gonna be, you know, you can obviously like you could do that strategy on anything. But like identifying trends, like if someone asks me what's the best way to trade, it's, well, like the best traders identify trends. Like trading is not always about trading. I could say hold numbers, break and retest, but I think if you can identify like the current condition you're in, which a few times a year markets will give you that, whether it's stocks, cryptos, or even currency pairs, right? A few times a year the market will give you things like that to identify, right? Maybe between everything. So even like right now, like we know gold just pushed up to the upside, right? We just had this breakout up and we just made a higher high. We took out all-time highs. We just made a new all-time high today on gold. Higher high. We have the lows down here that we came from, right? So at least we're expecting a retracement, right? Within that, maybe it comes back to 50%, 61.8. But within that low to high, we just took out everything. Expecting some retracement. Maybe this resistance here to the left, previous all-time high that we made like last week, maybe that resistance gives us a reaction, or we come back down more internally, right? But it's like, okay, we have a trend identified. Maybe we get some pullbacks for continuations to go with that trend. Hopefully that makes sense. Type in the chat if that makes sense. Damn, I'm up on my chain. I bought my chain. When did I buy my chain? I bought that chain in March. Oh yeah, I'm up on my chain. Let's go. When did I buy it? March or April? Around there. I bought a chain. It has like 12 ounces of gold in it, so not bad. It's up. It's like 12 point something ounces of gold in my chain. It's up. It's up. I'm up on that. People thought, some people messaged me. I converted some Bitcoin for my chain. Another store of value. Some people are like, what are you doing? I was like, it was another way of me purchasing gold. I bought a chain that has 315 grams of gold in it. If I'm not, yeah. It's like 314 grams of gold. It's like almost 12 ounces of gold in it. That was me buying gold. People are like, why'd you buy a chain? It's like, I bought gold. I'm up on that. And I like pretty things. I like pretty things. I like nice things, right? Fuck. Well, you buy one? Yeah, wait for retracement. Wait for a move down. And maybe, you know, look to try to scale it. And we might come back down to like previous resistance here or like 3650. Hopefully everything makes sense. Hopefully you guys understood that. The cleaner of the hotel. She might not. She doesn't speak English though. Yeah, we're not really into sells this year. I don't know the sells this year. Yo, crypto's pre FOMC flush or what? We're getting the pre FOMC flush right now. I think FOMC will spike crypto up. Fuck. Now I think like last FOMC was here, or last time they cut the rates. So was September, like you see July 31st, 2024, or September 18th, 2024, November, December. Last time they cut the rates was literally exactly a year ago, 365 days almost ago. You could see here, they cut the rates. July to September, September to November, November to December. Crypto went up. It started going down a couple days before and then pumped on the rate cuts. Bitcoin pumped on rate cuts. Last time they cut the rates, Bitcoin pumped for days and then really pumped like weeks after and couple months after. So last time they cut the rates, go study. If you're wondering what crypto is going to do, go study last year. September, November, December, when they cut the rates. Last time they cut the rates was here on September 18th, 2024. So we're actually getting a pre-dip, I think, to then probably go up to like 118, 119. Then maybe it comes back down. Because look, it went last year. They cut the rates in September. Crypto pumped, and then it came down, and then it went up, and then it went up towards the end of the year. It's looking interesting. If you're wondering what crypto is going to do, go look at last year. It might do something similar like it did last year. I got to go, though, guys. I'm out. I'm not going to be on later. I don't know. If I stream, it's just going to be pop-up. I have nothing scheduled right now until I get to Dubai. I'm literally about to fly to Dubai. Yeah, I'm literally about to fly to Dubai. So it's 17-hour flight, 18-hour. Well, it's a 20-hour travel, so I won't be on the charts. I'm holding crypto positions, though. Wish me luck. Yeah, last rate cut. You can go look at last year. But yeah, I gotta wrap it up. Hopefully you guys got some value there and learned something. Type in the chat if you did. Hopefully you guys took some notes. Maybe you learned a little bit of something there, but I'm out. I'll let you guys know when I'm streaming again. Been really busy this week.